How to make arm warmers. I'm going to assume that some, if not most of you, have never been to a material store, so I'm going to start from the basics. Find a material store. Walmart actually has the material section, often $2 a meter, so that's awesome. But anyways, whatever material store you find the section with the stretchy material. Stretchy. This, pretty, but not stretchy. So you can't have it. You gotta have like this stretchy, like this stretchy. This lacy stuff only works if you like don't have like fresh cuts, because otherwise you might see it through. Like, anyways, test it on your arm just to make sure that you can't see through, depending on the material. Yes, what was I gonna say? So, some of them don't stretch in both directions. So if you're testing the material to see if it stretches, stretch in both directions just in case. So yes, I think that's the amount. Oh, the amount. My sister's here, she's helping me. How much do you need? If you want to make them as long as mine, then that's half a meter. If you want to make them full length, go a meter. If you want to make them smaller, then a quarter of a meter is fine. So yeah. So you take the material at the end and you fold it over. And you want to make sure that the side that you see this here is the inside, the side that you don't want to have show. So this is the side you want to have show. You have the inside, so it's inside out. So you have it folded like this, okay? Now, approximate measurements, mine would fit so anyone my size and even bigger, but like if you're significantly bigger than me, then you would need to adjust the measurements. Well, I'll show with an actual arm warmer. This part of the arm warmer, where there's the thumb hole at the hand, is 8.5 inches. Centimeters, sorry. 8.5 centimeters from one side to the other. So write that down, 8.5. And then 25 centimeters later, which is a little past the middle, it's 9 centimeters. Okay? Write that down, 9 centimeters. 20 centimeters later, at the very end, it's 11 centimeters. Next, you need pins. Okay? Pins. And a ruler. So you're setting this at the end. You gotta measure 8.5 centimeters. Then at the 8.5, you slip a pin in like this. Can you even see that? Here's the pin. You slip it through so that it sets your place. It's like setting a mark. So you can see. So that's where you're gonna sew along. And then and then measure 15. 25 centimeters later, it was 9. So then you set a pin at 9. 20 centimeters later, you want to set it at 11. There, okay. Well, and then you set several, like a few more pins in between, because you want to be able to have know the line that you're sewing along. So set more and have it have the pin pointed towards the one that's higher. So then, if that makes sense, so that it's a gradual line going up. So set pin here. Next, you topify. Scissors. Cut it so that it's just the end of the material that you have folded over. You want to make sure that the length of it is about 2 centimeters longer than what you actually want for your arm. So it's 2 centimeters, who cares if you get it slightly wrong. I'm going to use white thread for this. I'm not going to teach you guys how to do the basic stitch. If you don't know how to do that, look it up online, because I'm not going to make this video needlessly long. Jeez, it's already like 5 minutes. I gotta rush it. The first part, you sew, well, let's give it 2 centimeters. You start at the end, but 2 centimeters in, you stop. You make your knot, so you stop it, and then I'll tell you how I'm gonna do this. And then you leave a hole, like don't sew long, and then 4 centimeters later, start sewing again. So measure it, like approximately 4 centimeters, because that'll be your thumb hole. So you sew a little bit, 2 centimeters, then you stop for 4, then you start again, and then the whole rest of the way you sew it. So next step after that, I'll sew it, and then whatever, I'm coming back. Once you've sewn to the end, can you actually see that? It's white stitches. Once you've sewn to the end, you can take the pins out. And then you reach inside and you turn it inside out. Or actually the right way out, technically. So you have your arm warmer. And I'm going to take this one off so that I can... And then you try it on. Test it to see if it's the right size for your arm. There. So if it's too big, then that's okay. You just have to like flip it out inside out again, and sew a smaller. And if it's too small, well then you gotta take the stitches out or use a different material. Okay, and turn it back inside out. If it's the right, once it's the right size, then you cut off the excess. Like after the stitches, you cut off the excess. Maybe leave about 1 centimeter afterwards so that you don't cut too close. This is the part with the thumb hole. Okay, you shove your fingers in and put the material so that, okay, can you see? Fold the material backwards, okay? And then you sew along that line. And once that's done, turn it the right side, okay? So now you're gonna do the ends of the warmer. Pretty much to do that, you fold it, you take the end and fold it over so that it's about like 1 centimeter. We call it bleed, which is terrible, but it's called bleed because it's the extra. And you fold it over and then all the way around the end of it, and you can put pins in it so that it stays in place, or you and then sew along all the way around. And it's the same principle for the end of it. The very end, you fold it over like a centimeter, sorry. You fold it over 1 centimeter and you sew all the way around. And then your arm warmer is complete. Once you have one arm warmer completed, I have this one here, you can use it as a pattern to make the next ones. So you don't have to measure it with the ruler every time. You just lay it out the bottom of your folded material, and then the top of the arm warmer, you put pins along it, and that's going to be the line that you sew across. So once you have the one arm warmer done, it's easy to go after that.